I think there's two aspects to what you said. The first one, it definitely touches on two things, I think, from what I understand. That the world, whether it's education, whether it's professional life or climate change issues, anything, safety, security in terms of transport, it's designed for men to be safe, to succeed. It's not really designed for women. Women have to fit in somehow. And so the buses, the roads, maybe they're not the safest for us, accommodation, climate change, policies, disaster planning isn't taken into mind, exam season, it's not taken into mind. And of course, we live in a society with certain cultural norms and practices. And policies can only go so far if they clash too much with what families and communities really want. Laws will move faster than culture does. So you have to take that into consideration when we create policies and implement them. So for example, my grandmother's policy about food for education, cash for education, it understood what the barrier was for a lot of girls going to school. And so when it was able to meet that sort of sweet point about where culture is a barrier and where incentive can work, more girls were able to go into education. So I think when we think about adjusting maybe more flexible entry points into work, because I believe, Rupal, you said something about women leaving careers at very crucial points where they might reach that promotion because of family obligations, because of childcare and so on and so forth. So flexible entry points are probably needed. Sure, we have maternity care, but maybe that has to be expanded nationally by statute and by, I'm sure, private enterprises as well. Daycare centers, definitely, that's something I believe my dad is very keen on. He was very hands-on with me as well, as I mentioned. So he understands how difficult it can be to manage childcare. So if that's more accessible for people, say, working in the garment factories, it's 60 to 65% women right now. That makes it quite difficult. So again, I think there needs to be a little bit of redesign. The pen is mightier than the sword, so we can use it to redesign certain things to help women succeed more in society. In terms of cyberbullying, yes, as I mentioned, in Bangladesh, around 78.8% of women face harassment of some sort online. They have faced, especially from Facebook. So this is a lived reality. There are not enough definitely legal protections. There are not enough sort of protections in terms of reporting systems and such. That definitely needs to be done. Digital literacy, definitely something that I believe you touched on as well. Aside from financial digital literacy, in terms of how to keep you safe as well, how to report, something we need to strengthen. Maybe that's something Khosrow can touch on as well. A lot of things need to be done. Again, keeping in mind that the world is not just for men to succeed, it's for women. So we have to put ourselves forward. So thank you for that question. I really think there are small things we can do. Sorry, just to touch on another thing, I think, I believe all of you probably mentioned in some way or the other that we have a lot of policies, we have a lot of laws. I believe there were other comments as well, but it's not integrated. They're sort of in silos. And so when you're trying to find something, even I'm sure you experience this as a law student. I've also experienced it in the UK. And we have a lot of things back from British colonial times. So we were trying to figure out something. It goes back and it contradicts each other, and then they actually become a bit of a binding, really. There's no smooth process. There's no sort of integrated ecosystem, really, for finances, for upskilling, for sort of labor welfare. So I think there are a lot of things. There's simple things we can do. Safer transport, for example, better accommodation. So yes, little things in terms of redesign, but in